We've got 3 choices for the subject matter today. We have been sent in 3 ideas, well, 2 ideas and 1 sort of tap-in. And Geo sent me this WhatsApp message earlier, and he said, "These are the 3. You've got to pick one of these 3 topics." He said, basically, "Do you still want Lopetegui sacked?" That's come from Ironsides 1984. There's a Premier League preview, which is the tap-in. And this one, I think it might have been sent by, I don't know, somebody with a name very similar to Geo. I'm not sure it's been sent in by anyone. He said, "The Huddersfield manager is a see you next Tuesday," right? So I've got to choose. We're gonna choose the Lopetegui one. But before I say thank you, Ironsides, for that, why were we going to discuss whether the Huddersfield manager was
I
a see you
didn't know
next
you were
Tuesday?
going to read that out.
I know you didn't. I know you
Um,
didn't. I can't show it because I think that's the same as saying the word. The Huddersfield manager. Yes. Ideas for the forum. Do you still want Lopetegui sacked? Huddersfield Premier League preview or Huddersfield manager is a see you next Tuesday.
I've got the quote up. I screenshotted it for doing the loan report, so it's on my phone. So since you started reading that up, I went in my photo gallery and got it. I'm going to tell you what he said. Michael Duff, the Huddersfield manager. Callum Marshall scored the other night, right, for Huddersfield. Yes. And this is what he said after the game. Michael Duff said, "It might sound like pressure. It is pressure. We can't keep relying on centre-halves to score goals from set plays to win us games. I know Callum scored a goal right at the end, which kills the game off, but there's an expectancy, and at the minute, it's not quite landing." So he basically said Marshall's not playing well enough, which, to be fair, may be true, but it's his first full season at senior level football. I think.
What's his name? Muff.
Duff. Like Damien.
What's his name? Michael Duff.
Michael Duff, yeah.
Michael Duff talks a load of guff. There you go.
Yeah, but he speaks about, no, hang on. He says, it's about expectancy. Yeah, you're quite right, mate. Lower yours, will you? Because that's Callum Marshall's first full season at senior level football. What are you expecting him to be like? Anyway.
You're not a fan of Muff, are you?
He's pissed me off with that comment, to be honest with you. I want our youngsters to do well, and I feel like it's an attack on one of our youngsters. So I'm, Anyway.
Okay. Well, thanks for explaining that. We'll get on to the next bit. I'm gonna tell you why you should be downloading the VPN in a little while. Anyway, the video is gonna get better. I'm gonna show you. Do we still want Lopetegui sacked? Did you want him sacked in the first place? Were you ready for
an international break? Yeah,
I was too. Have you changed your tune?
Yeah, but no. Do I want him sacked? No, because we've finally seen a good performance. I think to sack him off the back of that would be harsh. But if he was to resign today, I wouldn't be bothered. You know, if it came out of news today, Lopetegui had quit, but all right, fair enough, fine, good. I feel more positive than negative about it.
Yeah.
So do I want him sacked? Not really, but I'm certainly not Lopetegui in either. I'm not thinking, this guy, he's solved it. He's now he's got a cure for the poison that he was serving us, and he's come up with his own cure for it. No, we've had a really good 45 minutes against Newcastle in the second half, and we had a balanced at best first half against Newcastle. It's going to take a lot more than one half of football to convince me that he's turned it around or anything. He's come up with a pretty decent system now. I feel like he's got the defence and the attack sorted in terms of who and how. Not Kudus. What's he going to do with Kudus yet? That's still something that we're going to need to discover against Leicester City. But that midfield worked against Newcastle. But it's horses for courses, because it might not work against Arsenal, it might not work against Leicester. So I feel like he's come up with a plan A now, which is good. But can you now come up with a plan B and a plan C if required? So do I want him sacked? Not today. But listen, if we get smashed by Arsenal, lose against Leicester and lose against Bournemouth, I very much might find myself going back to, look, it's just not going to work out. The reason I want him sacked during the international break is I had nothing to suggest he could turn it around and we could go on and play well this season and be reasonable. I'm not even asking for success, just an average season, which is finishing 11, 12, staying away from relegation, not in a European battle. That's an average season. But I didn't have any evidence to say that we're going to have one of those. Now I've got some.
Yeah.
Some. It's one game. I need more than that. So I'm on the fence, Gonzo, but it's not because I'm undecided. I think sometimes on the fence can be because you won't make your mind up. I've made my mind up, but I've got some reasons to say, yeah, get him out. And I've got some reasons to say, no, let's just give him a little bit of time and it balances out. So at the moment, I'm on the fence, but my legs are probably still dangling over the Lopetegui outside of things. I need to see more reasons to keep him.
Yeah. I don't think you need to apologise. I think that all makes sort of absolute sense, really. I was listening to. Actually, I wasn't listening to the radio. You know, sometimes TalkSport, they'll put little clips together and they pop it up on YouTube. So it was Gabriel. If you've listened to some, there'll be people that watch this video that listen to it. So it was Gabby Agbon-Lahore, possibly was with Jeff Stelling or something like that. And it's this perception that we have. I'm just sure Gabby Agbon-Lahore is just a troll because he just works on the radio. That's the only thing. He works on the radio. I think he's worse than Michael Muff, to be perfectly honest with you. he is. He's just there to wind up, and he did wind me up. Okay, fair enough. He got me.
So we've got Michael Muff and Gabrielle Fanny.
It's true. I just snorted. Sorry. I'll tell you what he said. It's so shirty and it's so shitty. It's condescending. It's patronising. So a West Ham fan, he said something like, "We got a West Ham fan on the line now." He said following the victory, 2-0 victory over Arsenal. And he said, well, actually, he said, "Oh, we've got a West Ham fan on the line now. We've got a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. I bet he wants Lopetegui to get a new 4-year deal." He sort of basically said that, right? And it was just such a shirty thing. He's like, I basically was saying to West Ham fan, "Oh, I bet yesterday you were Lopetegui out and now you want him to get a new contract." So I'll leave it out, mate. Nobody switches that much. And it's exactly what you said. So I'll tell you where I am on it. Basically, I was absolutely. I thought I'd had enough. I'd seen enough, and I even said in the preview, the Newcastle preview, I said there is no set of circumstances that can occur where West Ham can win this game against Newcastle. I said that, right? Fair enough. All right, fair enough. If you want to find someone that does accurate predictions for every game, good luck on your quest, right? But I got that really, really wrong. Really wrong. I did say we beat Manchester United 2-1, though. Did I not, Geo?
You did, correct.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Didn't predict the VAR stuff. Anyway, so I got that totally wrong. There are no set of circumstances where West Ham can ever. He's lost it. He hasn't got the tactical acumen. He's not got a. Oh, I said all this stuff, which turned out to be absolute nonsense, of course. But so I had no confidence in him. What this has done with a victory against I keep saying Arsenal, a victory against Newcastle. What this has done, it's given me an element of doubt. I'm now doubting. I thought he was completely incompetent. Now I'm thinking, oh, hold on.
Maybe he's only quite incompetent.
He's only quite incompetent. So I've changed. Before I explain why, I'm gonna now convince you guys to, where is it? It's up there. There you go, Surfshark. I'm now going to convince you to download and subscribe to Surfshark. Surfshark's a VPN. What is a VPN? It's how you're going to protect your device. The very device you're watching this on now, unless you're at the cinema watching Hammers Chat, if you're on your phone, on your laptop or something like that, your laptop is unprotected. If you are the type of person that covers your PIN number, beep, 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 then you don't want people to see, then realistically, you probably need a VPN if you do internet banking as well. If you've got a banking app, something like that on your phone, it basically scrambles all that stuff so no one can take a peek in. Did you know this? If you have got an internet provider, which you probably have, when you tick the box and agree to the terms and conditions, they can monitor your stuff. They probably don't. But if they wanted to, they can look at everything you're doing, everything you're typing, everything you're looking at when you are connected to Wi-Fi. Surfshark has got an amazing deal. Now, what you've got to do to claim this deal is you go to surfshark.com/Hammers Chat. We're going to give you 4 months for free. That's 4, not 3. 4 months for free, right? We're also going to give you 30 days to cancel if you don't like it. That ain't going to happen because you will like it, because you think, oh, thank goodness, I'm protected now. But there is a Black Friday deal. And it is Friday. It's today, actually, Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday is today, yeah.
Magnificent. It's actually running until January, but don't worry about it, right? It's a Black Friday deal today. it's going to cost you £1.49 a month. £1.49 a month. That's a 50% discount, which means it was twice as much as that before. So, a Surfshark. The link is in the description below. Get it downloaded. Protect your device. Do it now. Come back and I'll just tell you what I think about Lopetegui. So I'm now doubting whether he's totally crap, and I think he might have become a pragmatist, and that's all right. I don't mind someone becoming a pragmatist at all. I am actually looking at it, Geo, and I'm thinking I don't mind him carrying on a little bit to see what happens. Now, I'm quite happy for him to, sound as arrogant as it sounds, prove me wrong. But all I can deal with is my own opinion on it. I need to see more. I need to see that it's cracked it and it's not a fluke. You said earlier on he's got a plan A now. I'm not sure he's got a plan A. I'm not sure it is. If I started to think this was our plan A, I would be a lot happier. It has to be said. I would be happier to think that he's actually sussed it out. I need to see that this isn't accidental. The other thing is, I was far from convinced with some of the names that we were being linked with. If I thought it was Iraola that was coming in, I've been happy. Quite like Hones, I think he's got some serious credentials, but there's going to be Turdich or maybe one or two of the others.
Michael Muff.
Muff. No one wants any muff, do they? I mean, for goodness sake, no, crikey. Not this time of year. It's too cold for all that sort of thing. But yeah, got you in trouble, that's for sure. No, no Turdich, no Muff, none of the other stuff. Yeah, if I thought we were going to bring absolute quality, then fine. If not, then if it's a case of one of those managers that I don't particularly like, or let's see how he gets on. Let's see how he gets on, because if he thinks he's cracked it, I noticed I mentioned it yesterday's video. Old Guillaume Balaguer had very much reported it like I don't know, like he'd found the Holy Grail or something like that. I still have...
He was quick out the blocks, wasn't he?
He was quick out the blocks. Yeah, he was quick out the blocks. I thought, okay, well, if that is the answer, having the two playmakers in central midfield, which is pretty much what he was saying, why has he not been doing it? Why has he been putting two blockers in there? Be quiet, you. Anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm almost doing a bit of like a David Sullivan here. The difference is one of us is in charge and the other one is not. But I'm sort of in my head going, right, you've got 3 games now. The next 3, I'm going to shut my mouth. And I'm going to, well, I'm not. I'm going to still produce a video every day. I'm opening my God daily.
Mouth, no.
But in regards to wanting him gone or whatever, I'm going to take a back seat, see what he comes up with. It's a good 3 fixtures to really evaluate him on as well. A difficult one against Arsenal, then quickly followed up with Leicester, and then we've got Wolves. I always get Wolves and Bournemouth muddled up. 2 Monday night games in a row, by the way. There's 3 Monday night games out of 5 fixtures is ridiculous. But regardless, it doesn't matter who you're playing out of Bournemouth and Wolves. Them plus Leicester and Arsenal. That's a good mix of fixtures to evaluate him on a little bit and say, like, come on, then, what have you got? What have you come up with? And also, what it does do is it tests his man management a little bit. Now, what are you going to do with Edson Alvarez? He's back. What are you doing with Mohamed Kudus when he's back? Are you, and say you beat Arsenal somehow, are you then going to bench Mohamed Kudus? Have you got the cojones to do that because it's the best team? Or are you going to put him in and take somebody out that's been quite pivotal to the win? So I think there's a lot of questions we're going to get answered over the next few games. And because we've got Leicester's a Tuesday night one, we've only got to wait a week in order to discover it. So in 9-10 days' time, we'll have 3 fixtures. We're going to get a lot of answers in that 3 games. And that's where I am at the minute. I hope he does it, because he's the current head coach of West Ham. I want him to ram my words down my mouth. Moyes did it, and I want Lopetegui to do it and all. Speaking candidly, Gonzo, I don't think he will. I think he will prove to be not good enough long term. But that win on Newcastle's chilled me out quite a lot, actually. The performance was that good. It's really relaxed me. And I'm going into these fixtures without much anxiety. I was getting a little bit worried going into that Newcastle fixture. But now that's gone. But I'm suspicious.
There you go. Well, we're unsure. We're sitting on the fence, which is quite the opposite of what Gabby Agbonlahor suggested. We're not that We don't change our minds that quickly. We need persuading. We need to see evidence. So, yeah, let us know if you're still on the fence. And more importantly, let us know if Muff is a see you next Tuesday.